Live from KSAT 12, the Night Beat starts right now.
It's getting warmer, but more than 40,000 students out of school for the rest of the week. The San Antonio ISD canceling classes for all 98 of its campuses.
Now, this is happening because the district says that 70% of its campuses have heating issues. And as the night team's John Paul Barajas reports, while district personnel try and fix those problems, parents and staff feel frustrated.
Could do much because it was cold outside. So once the heaters turned off, we couldn't do anything. So they said, okay, we're going to shut down the school.
Students left in cold classrooms without working heat during freezing temperatures was and has been a widespread issue for San Antonio ISD.
I'm frustrated because I'm taking time away from work just to come over here and then having to leave work on my lunch break.
After numerous closures to start the day, followed by forced half-days due to classroom conditions, SAISD ultimately canceled classes for all schools for the rest of the week, prompting an apology by SAISD Superintendent Dr. Jaime Aquino.
About 70% of our schools have experienced failures of heating system.
The district says it'll use the next 2 days to address the issues. Parents and loved ones we spoke to are happy students and staff won't be in the cold, but some are left scrambling to find childcare.
We have family that will be tending to them and, we'll be taking care of them.
Do you consider your family one of the lucky ones that y'all have the means to do that with extra family?
Oh, yes, definitely, yes, because I know some parents, they're single parents and they have to work.
Other parents spoke with KSAT on social media. They're wondering whether the district will be able to finish repairs in just 2 days.
Do you feel confident the district can get all schools functioning by Monday?
No.
An SAISD employee who also has a child in the district agrees. She didn't want to speak with us on camera, but sent us a statement that reads in part, quote, "This is just not a pause it and fix it situation. This problem is systemic throughout the district. There are too few people who are able to fix these boilers and too many schools for them to get to." She added, quote, "This is just a Band-Aid on a bleeding wound," end quote. Meantime, Dr. Aquino had this message.
As we move forward, we're not going to open a single school until it is warm, safe, and a good place for learning.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so that's the situation at SAISD. I also want to let you know that Lakey ISD is canceling classes for tomorrow. This is due to water issues there. I want to remind you can always scan the QR code on your screen to stay up to date with the latest school closures and delays. We also have those on KSAT.com anytime. Meanwhile, the family of a 13-year-old male shot and killed by a San Antonio police officer now filing a wrongful death lawsuit against the officer and the city. The family of Andre A.J. Hernandez made that announcement outside the U.S. federal courthouse. The shooting happened in June 2022 after police say Hernandez rammed a stolen car into a police unit on Warcloud Street. Chief William McManus at the time said Officer Steven Ramos feared for another officer's life and shot the 13-year-old. A grand jury did not indict Officer Ramos for the shooting. The lawsuit states Hernandez's vehicle was completely boxed in and he was shot before he had a chance to comply with commands. The lawsuit also claims the officer used excessive force and violated the 13-year-old's Fourth Amendment rights. The family is seeking unliquidated damages. They're also requesting a jury trial.
A man on trial for capital murder had part of his defense fall apart today as the woman that he claimed ordered him to commit the crime denied all of the allegations. In day 2 of the Gilson Abelard Rodriguez murder trial, the defendant's ex-girlfriend took the stand.
Do you have any connections to the Mexican cartels?
No, sir.
Did you at any point threaten the defendant in this case that if he didn't go and hurt some people or kill some people, you would have him killed or hurt?
No, sir.
Melissa Cortez denied all allegations that Abelard Rodriguez made about her to police. So now the state is close to wrapping up its case, and we don't know at this point if Abelard Rodriguez is going to take the stand in his defense. But if he does, that would happen tomorrow. Meanwhile, we want to remind you that we're live streaming this trial. You could watch it live on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and also KSAT's YouTube channel. Switching gears now. Today in Eagle Pass, Texas authorities giving Border Patrol access to the boat ramp at Shelby Park. However, state authorities continued to block agents from conducting other normal duties in that zone. If you remember, the state took control of that park about a week ago. They put up fencing and also gates around the area.
The Biden administration has issued a cease and desist letter to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton asking to restore Border Patrol's access. The Attorney General responding to the president's request tonight. In a letter to the Department of Homeland Security, the Texas Attorney General says in part, quote, rather than addressing Texas' urgent requests for protection, President Biden has authorized DHS to send a threatening letter through its lawyers. But Texas has lawyers, too, and I will continue to stand up for this state's constitutional powers of self-defense, end quote. You can read Ken Paxton's full letter right now on KSAT.com.
We still have to process it emotionally and try to hopefully that this will bring some changes and some accountability that we have been fighting and asking for since the very beginning.
Nearly 2 years after the horrific shooting at Robb Elementary, the U.S. Justice Department is finished with its law enforcement report.
The DOJ's critical incident review privately presented to the families of the 21 victims this evening. That's before it will be released to the public tomorrow. Our Lee Waldman in Uvalde, where the families are preparing for what they hope is a harsh look at what went wrong on May 24th, 2022.
The nation's top law enforcement officer in Uvalde Wednesday, just before the Justice Department releases its critical incident review of the shooting at Robb Elementary.
Part of the reason we did this report is to make sure people all over the country know what the right thing to do is and the right way to do it.
And the days after the school shooting, then Mayor Don McLaughlin asked the DOJ to review law enforcement's response to the shooting. Monday night, Uvalde CISD Superintendent Ashley Colas announced the report would be released.
The U.S. Department of Justice notified me today that they will be releasing their critical incident report for May 24th on Thursday, this Thursday, January 18th in the afternoon.
While we don't know what the report will include, last April, the DOJ announced it had conducted more than 200 interviews and reviewed nearly 13,000 pieces of evidence. A Texas House Investigative Committee report detailed 376 officers from nearly 24 agencies responded to the shooting at Robb. A step-grandmother to and Brett Cross, Uzziah Garcia's guardian, hope the DOJ's report details who is responsible for the failure to act in the 77 minutes it took to take down the gunman.
I'm hoping that is different from every of the other reports that have came out and then nothing is happening. I'm hoping that it will light a fire up under the DA to actually get out and do something.
Hi, this is Lee Waldman with KSAT. I was hoping to speak with Miss Mitchell. She's available?
She is not. We stopped by Uvalde County District Attorney Christina Mitchell's office for a comment, but we're told she's in court all day. With the 2-year mark of the tragic shooting at Robb Elementary approaching, there's a mix of emotions with the DOJ's report and what closure it could bring.
If the recommendations are in there for charges to be filed, are they going to be filed? That is the question.
Arreola says this report being released is a baby step in their path to healing. Tomorrow, Garland, members of his staff, and other representatives will be having a press conference here in Uvalde to go over the details of their report. KSAT's coverage will continue tomorrow on air and online. In Uvalde, I'm Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
Go to your Night Beat news flash right now. Senator Ted Cruz backing former President Donald Trump's run for president. Cruz announced the endorsement on Fox News after calling the former president's Iowa caucus win a dominating victory. Cruz added he doesn't envision a path to the presidency for any other of the Republican candidates. Last month, Maine Secretary of State cited the 14th Amendment, ruled former President Donald Trump ineligible for office, taking him off Maine's primary ballot. Well, today, a judge in that state now telling the state's election officials to wait on the Supreme Court's ruling on Trump's eligibility before removing him from the ballot in Maine. So for now, the former president will remain on the ballot for Maine's primary, which happens in early March. And a new Biden administration proposal could bring the cost of those pesky overdraft fees down to as low as $3. The change could eliminate billions of dollars in fee revenue for some of the country's biggest banks. The proposal would force banks to show how much it costs for them to run overdraft services, or instead charge a benchmark fee costing between $3 to $14. That's a look at your Night Beat News Flash.
So now this goes to all of the Texas water utility customers in the Lake Medina Shores area. Here's the thing. You need to boil your water there before you use it. Leaks in the main system led to low water pressure in that distribution area. So now crews are trying to fix that problem, and they're testing the water until they make sure that it's safe for people to use. The boil notice affects about 750 customers. The utility is telling people to make sure that they boil their water for a full 2 minutes before they cool it and then use it. The water system is going to let customers know once that notice is lifted. So I'll ask you a question now. Imagine this, even in this weather, not having any shoes. It's actually one of the challenges that we hear about from people coming into the United States from Mexico. They're also trying to deal with the bitter cold weather, just as we are. Next on the Night Beat, we show that how far acts of kindness can go.
The bitter cold is gripping Texas. It's also taking a toll on migrants and families who continue to cross the U.S.-Mexican border every day.
Many of them rely on the kindness of strangers for meals and shelter from the cold. The Night Team's Patty Santos catches up with two mothers who are traveling with young kids.
For a few minutes, our cameras help distract 3-year-old Jason from the blistering cold. ¿Te los acaban de comprar? ¿Sí? ¿Tienes frío? Sí. Today, a Good Samaritan dropped off slippers for him. He was barefoot.
Le regalaron jugo, galletas, fresco.
His mother is grateful for the kindness strangers have shown along her journey, which is winding down.
Pero ya mero llegas a tu destinación. Sí, ya, casi. Falta poquito para llegar.
Jason has spent most of the day running around the parking lot across the street from the Migrant Resource Center. You see, his mother is not allowed in because she doesn't have the paperwork she needs to get inside. So they wait here in the cold for their ride.
Que salgo, le decía. La primera vez que salgo y pues a veces.
7 months pregnant, Iris Maribel Diaz and her 2-year-old son were allowed inside but stepped out looking for handouts like blankets, shoes, or food from Good Samaritans.
There is a major need. Gloves, beanies in this cold, and there's a lot of people out here.
Lydia Leos faithfully collects and shares any extras with migrants and the homeless during this cold weather.
There's a need. They're human beings just like me.
This time, her trunk has sweetbread and water. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Wow, you got to feel for anybody who's out there in this cold. I mean, you can't even stand to be out there for more than a few minutes. Right now, it's 37 degrees out there. And here's the thing. While we're watching this, we've been talking about this winding down. This is definitely a roller coaster because there are more freezes on the way.
Yeah, more freezes on the way, even after a 70-degree afternoon tomorrow. So get ready for it. Don't put the potted plants outside just yet. Be patient. I'm waiting until Sunday afternoon and better yet, even Monday, just to really be safe to get them back outside. Take a look at our morning temperature trend. We'll be at or below freezing the next 4 mornings. Even if we're just a little above freezing in our forecast, I think many backyard thermometers will dip down to and slightly below freezing. The low point will be 25 degrees on Saturday morning. Then notice next week those morning temperatures go back upward, and that comes with rising rain chances. We'll get to that and how much we can see in just a moment. First, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., 30 in San Antonio, depending on your neighborhood, give or take. Hondo 26, 29 in Kerrville and Canyon Lake. Stone Oak at 31. La Jolla on the south side at 29. Lackland 28 at 7 a.m. and Converse at 21. We had a little bit of frost on the windshield. This is from our KSAT Connect user in Seguin. I gotta love those little patterns, the ice crystals for them. I anticipate some frost on the windshield again tomorrow morning. So just double check it before you venture out and maybe start your car 5 to 10 minutes before you need to leave and get that defroster going to help you out. 30 in the morning, but notice by noon, we're at 60 tomorrow with nothing but sunshine. Then 70 for the high temperature. So dress in layers. You'll want the jacket in the morning, but by the afternoon, of course, short sleeves are A-OK. That west wind at 5 to 15 helping us out tomorrow. Right around 70 for most of us. Even into the mid-70s, Comfort, Bandera 75, Sabinal and Uvalde tomorrow at 73. Don't get used to that. Another cold front hits Thursday night. That's going to drop our temperatures back into the 40s on Friday, and high temperatures still in the 40s Saturday as well. Then by Sunday, right near 40 degrees. So one 70-degree day, and then temperatures get reset. And not only that, It's going to be a gusty Friday, so cooler and gusty with gusts, I think, between 40 and 45 miles per hour. Now, next week when our rain chances go up, notice how our temperatures are up a little bit as well. Let's talk about the rain chances. We need it, we want it, and it looks like our pattern, a shift in our pattern, is going to favor it. Right now, pretty quiet across the lower 48 here. We have some areas of snow, northern Rockies and midsection of the country. It's because of a little small dip in the upper level flow, but no major systems to speak of right now. We're in a bit of a break between major systems. That's going to be changing as we get into the weekend. A new system's going to form and come in from the west, and that's going to dig into northern Mexico. This dip in the upper level flow by Sunday will be increasing our rain chances and spiking those rain chances throughout the day Sunday and especially into Sunday night. And then right now, indications are this is going to drop southward and linger for a few days. That's what we need, not just one rain event, but rounds of rain and periods of rain. And that's what this type of pattern can do for us, especially when we're on the energetic side of that upper level low, that trough, which is the east side, and that's where we would be. So pretty good positioning, assuming this all verifies and follows through. I'd anticipate some good scattered to numerous showers periodically starting on Sunday afternoon and especially Sunday night. Rainfall potential, this is preliminary. Of course, it always depends on where the heaviest little downpour is set up, but I think right now, as we look at it, very preliminarily speaking, early on in this, easy 1 to 2 inches if this weather pattern follows through over the next 7 days, possibly even higher than that. So cross your fingers and let's hope this all pans out as it should. So Sunday afternoon, 40%. Sunday night, we're up to 70%, even a few rumbles of thunder possible. Monday, Tuesday, 60%. We're turning from this freezing pattern into a warmer and damp pattern, just what we need, especially with our drought conditions and the aquifer being 32 feet below average for this time of year. But between now and then, we'll have a lot of sunshine and that gusty, cool Friday. Keep in mind, another hard freeze Saturday morning, and Sunday morning is going to be close to a freeze. And then next week, with the rain, we'll be up near 60. And I emphasize rain because it's been so cold lately. Yeah. We're not going to have any frozen precipitation with it.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Jerry Jones has made a decision in Big D. Mary.
A very highly anticipated decision, especially after that first round playoff loss. Jones has decided to double down on head coach Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys will be at the helm of McCarthy in 2024. We have not one, but 2 high school basketball games that went down to the wire. You won't want to miss the highlights coming up right after the break.
I won't get into any of the addressing of any aspects of it, any part of it.
We're a few days removed from that clip of Jerry Jones refusing to speak on Mike McCarthy's job status, but tonight we have the answer. We'll tell you about it in Big Board Sports. We kick off tonight's sports coverage in Boston. The San Antonio Spurs hoping to surprise the NBA best Boston Celtics. Early in the ballgame, Jeremy Sohan throws a lob to Victor Wembanyama, and he finishes off the alley-oop with the jam. Some nights are better shooting nights than others, and it was a great night for Boston, making it rain triples in TD Garden. That was eventually the difference maker as the Celtics win it 117-98, shooting 10 of 16 from three-point range to start the game. Wembanyama and Tatum both led the way in scoring for their respective teams. The Spurs next play at the Hornets on Friday. We were in for some intense action on the hardwood tonight. Over at Littleton Gym, a doubleheader. The first game featured the Roosevelt Boys basketball team taking on the Lee Volunteers. Lee's rebounding coming up big. Adafi Nakpodia kicks it out to Trevor Gibson, who drains 3 of his 14 points. With less than a minute left in regulation, down 5, Roosevelt's Ethan Lacedio hits a huge 3 to make it a 2-point game. But the Volunteers hit their free throws to seal the victory, winning it 61-60. The game that followed also a nail-biter. Churchill ready to fire away Madison ready to crown themselves kings. The Chargers got out to a big lead thanks to great ball movement and Brody Reinberger knocking it down from long range. But the Mavericks stormed right back in the second half. Davion Huff putting on a show. He gets the bucket and the foul. Madison held on to win it 58-57. Well, last night, Jordan Peete of the Sotomayor girls basketball team made program history by scoring her 1,000th career point with this basket. And if you can believe it, she's only a sophomore. We visited her at practice this afternoon to ask her about her incredible milestone.
It felt really good. It's always been one of my dreams to accomplish, even before entering high school. And just the last few buckets that I had to get to reach it, it was really amazing. And to have my team there that's always been supporting me, it felt really good.
Just to have her achieve that goal in her first 2 years has just been outstanding. And so proud of her and everything that she's done.
So awesome. All right, the Southwest High School volleyball team captured 2 pieces of hardware this past season, and playing a key role in the Dragons' success was the District 28 5A Setter of the Year, Starlet Oyuela. Starlet transferred to Southwest for her senior season and made an immediate impact, and now she'll look to do more of the same at the University of Southwest of the NAIA.
The way that they welcomed me and the way that they clicked with me, because as a setter, you know, you kind of run the court kind of like a QB for a football team. So it's like when you have people who actually are willing to click with you and work with you, it's just like it all just comes together, and that's exactly what happened.
Chemistry is hard to find, so exciting times for Southwest High School.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Well, we have our answer. The Dallas Cowboys will retain head coach Mike McCarthy for the 2024 season. It seemed like McCarthy was as good as gone when the Cowboys were embarrassed by the Packers in their wildcard playoff game. But Jerry Jones is sticking with McCarthy, who has a great regular season track record with Dallas, but has won just 1 playoff win in his 4 seasons. In a poll on X, 69% of voters said they did not agree with that decision, by the way. All right, after the break, we're talking Texans.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
This Saturday, 2 talented quarterbacks will square off in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. One proven, Lamar Jackson, the 2019 MVP, and one making his debut, rookie C.J. Stroud. The 4-seed Texans and 1-seed Ravens kick off this Saturday at 3:30. And not enough can be said about Houston's offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick, and how he's transformed the Texans' offense. It's no wonder he's a highly sought-after candidate for a head coaching job.
Really, I feel like we could roll out there and I can call anything, and they are going to find a way to make it work, you know, and that's really what's been fun. That's what's been empowering. They're all in on what we want to do. I mean, it's the offensive group and kind of where we are right now is I think they're playing really good football, and they're all kind of special people. We've come a long way all the way across the board.
The Texans are 4th in the NFL in yards per pass attempt and per carry. It's a shame. I wish he could stay with the Texans. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Mary.
We'll be right back.